Got an announcement. An announcement. Got an announcement. An announcement. I know a lot of y'all gonna be late, but I hope that y'all don't start to hate. But I got an announcement. Got an announcement. Yo, the show starts at 1 from now on. It's gonna still have fun. An announcement. An announcement. It's nothing that I can do. We gotta do this now for you. An announcement. An announcement. 1 o'clock is a new time, no more 2. Yo, we gotta do this thing for you. An announcement. An announcement. I'm dead on my feet right now, but I'm still gonna bring you a pretty good show somehow. An announcement. An announcement. I'm glad that all y'all gonna come by, but I know that I gotta get fly. An announcement. An announcement. Yo, what is the deal, yo? Yo, give me your spill, yo, tell me how you feel. An announcement. An announcement. Everything is gonna be alright, cause I know how we do it every night. Yeah, but it's an announcement. An announcement. What I'ma need y'all to do is change y'all settings, but we're getting an announcement. An announcement. I know that I'm an hour early, but it's gonna be like this, a big and burly. An announcement. An announcement. I didn't want to have to change that time, but I gotta do that, and I gotta get my own. This announcement. An announcement. So the show starts at 1, but we're still gonna have us a little bit of fun with an announcement. An announcement. I don't know how this is gonna affect the algorithm, but I will still be here and let the rhythm hit. Announcement. An announcement. I hope all my peoples really come by, cause you know how we do it. An announcement. An announcement. I wish that I could have emailed you all, but I don't have your email addresses. Yo, y'all, an announcement. An announcement. I hope y'all didn't get the memo too late. I hope they sent y'all the notification. But wait, an announcement. An announcement. But I'm here and I hope that you are here too. But we came here to do what we gonna do. An announcement. An announcement. Yo. New date, same date, new time, same rhyme. An announcement. An announcement. So tonight we gonna talk about the team when they be trying to diss you. And it seems an announcement. An announcement. Yo. It's been a hell of an eventful day, baby. Yo, TK, right? You think it's too early for him? It might be. But it could work out for a lot of people. It'd be like the Friday show every night, though. They might have to catch it on the playback. 1 o'clock, y'all. No more two. Till further notice. I mean, you never know what might be in store. But for now, we're gonna give you a little bit more. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily. It's the daily go-getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it is. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about your team is trash tonight. Your team is trash. You mad because your team is trash. That's a straight diss. And when you do have a team, or whether you are rooting for a sports team or your own personal team, like maybe you have a basketball squad or a baseball team or whatever. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody to say that your team is trash. And yeah, you're gonna feel some kind of way about that. And if you have the ability to make somebody eat those words and pay for what they said, you're gonna do it. The question is, do you have it in you? You know what I mean? Like if your team, let's say, all right, the NFL season is over. The Super Bowl was this past Sunday. If your team didn't even make the playoffs, your team was trash. Now, just because I say your team is trash, it doesn't mean that you're going to think that your team is trash. And more so, you probably think, no, my team ain't trash. My team's not trash. My team is still good. We rebuilding right now. Or we had a lot of injuries. We almost made the playoffs. We was about to make the playoffs. I'm the Dallas Cowboys. I'm about to make the playoffs. I'm the Cincinnati Bengals. We're about to make the playoffs. We almost made the playoffs. We the Detroit Lions. We almost made the playoffs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We almost made the We almost made the playoffs. Yo. Yo, Dr. Darnell, what's going on? Yo, I ain't seen Dr. Darnell in a matter of months, but it sure is good to see you. Word up. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm glad you could make it back. It's good to see you. And I'm sure on your behalf it's good to be seen. But we talking about mad because your team is trash. When somebody talks about your team, you may be so emotionally and loyalty invested that you like, wait a minute, whoa. Talking about my team is trash. My team is good. We just caught a couple of bad breaks. Your team is only good because the owner of your team bought the team. They bought the Super Bowl. It's funny how people think that you can buy a Super Bowl. Like you can put a team together in football, 11 men on both sides of the ball that are guaranteed to beat the other 11 men. Well, there have been teams who have successfully done it. The 1994 San Francisco 49ers, when they picked up Deion Sanders and a couple of other players, so they would be guaranteed to have a shot at the Super Bowl. That was their fifth Super Bowl ring that they were looking for, and they got it. They literally built that team just to win the Super Bowl for that year because they wanted to do it for Steve Young. I don't think they wanted to do it just for Steve Young, but they wanted to validate Steve Young. Because Steve Young was a lot of things, but what he wasn't was Joe Montana. No, he was not. So they did win that Super Bowl, and then the Dallas Cowboys turned right around and did the same thing. Matter of fact, give us Deion Sanders and give us Charles Haley too. Charles Haley originally played for the 49ers, right? They said give us Charles Haley on the defensive side and give us Deion Sanders on the offensive side, and we can go back to the Super Bowl. And they did. The year after the San Francisco 49ers pretty much bought that Super Bowl. Now people try to say that the Eagles did the same thing. I'm like, what superstar names were on the Eagles roster any of the two times they won a Super Bowl? Nobody predicted us to go to the Super Bowl and win it. We were a wild card. At best, we were a wild card. But when somebody says that your team is trash, does it give you a funny feeling? Does it make you want to reach out and touch somebody physically? And I don't mean in no good way. Well, when it comes to sports or anything where you put a lot of time, money, and effort into, you probably don't want anybody insulting, not just you, but the thing that you put together or the thing that you believe in. So when somebody says your team is trash and you mad because your team is trash, you just mad because your team is trash. You just mad because your team is trash. You just mad because your team is trash. You just mad because your team, you are mad because your team is trash, but they trash just like your stinking ass. You just mad because your team is trash. You can't do a 40-yard dash. I said, you just mad because your team is trash. Nothing you can do it. Bop, bop, boom, bash. You just mad because the team is trash. And you know that they garbage, straight trash. I'm talking the truck dumps the juice. Yo, let them boys get loose, because no matter what they do, they can't win. I feel like I gotta say this. Let me begin. Yo, you trash. And I'm not talking about paper. I'm talking about the garbage in this garbage can. One caper that we on and right to the next. Yo, your team is trash. Yo, you ain't giving. All right. So that's what we talking about tonight. That's what we talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show. All right. So this is the new date and time, y'all. This is the new date. Well, not the new date. For some reason, I want to say the new date. Well, starting on this date, on this Hump Day Wednesday, because that's the show that we're representing. Hump Day Wednesday. February 11th We are starting the show at 1 a.m. Please check your times, night in and night out. But I'll always write the show up with enough time for y'all to, make y'all adjustments. I figure if you can make it, if you can stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, it should be way easier for you to stay up for 1 o'clock in the morning. But we're gonna see. We light right now. We're very light right now, but the people that we have are significant and they are of the utmost importance. So I want to thank y'all for coming on through. In the meantime, in between time, let's talk about what we came to talk about. Let's talk about what we came to talk about. Mad because your team is trash. Have you experienced that this season? Have any of your teams won the championship or went far deep into the playoffs? Have they done it? Or are the teams that you are representing or liking or supporting, are they the shit this year? And we should have a conversation about what a team really is. Let me put my toys away, y'all. Let me put my drums away. 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 Put my drum. Drums. Dum drum drum drum. Drum 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 drum. Mary Jackson, what's good? How you feeling? Mary Jackson. Yeah. Well, what is a team? What is a team to y'all? What is a team? When you start talking about what your team is, what's the most important team on your list right now? Baljeet? Who's Baljeet? I don't see any Baljeet. This is Mary Jackson up in here. Mary, quite contrary. She got her own shit, but styles may vary. But what is it? What is your team? What is your team? Like when it comes to when you hear the word team, does your mind go straight towards your sports? Does it go towards your coworkers? Does it go towards your family, your group of friends, your squad? Yo, when we step on scene, we regulate your gang. Your gang. You know what I mean? Your gang, baby. You know? A gang. And I hope nobody answers that. Like I would hate for your team to be a gang, participating in all of that illicit, illegal, and unhealthy behavior. But your gang is your team. And I don't think any gang members would allow somebody to easily just call their team trash. Like y'all Bloods, y'all Crips, y'all gangsters, y'all GDs, y'all Vice Lords, y'all Latin Kings, y'all trash. Y'all trash. All of y'all. The Bloods is trash. The Crips is trash. The Gangster Disciples is trash. The Vice Lords is trash. Latin Kings is trash. What are some other gangs? Oh, Pagans. The Pagans, they trash. Pagans are trash. Hell's Angels, trash. Other random outlaw motorcycle gangs, trash. Wheels of Soul, trash. All y'all, trash. Trash. You ain't gonna let nobody just call your team out like that. You're not gonna let nobody call your team out like that. You're gonna lash out. But are you lashing out because they dissed you or disrespected you? Or you gonna lash out because you know your team is trash? Yo, those niggas is trash, son. They trash. Straight garbage. Your team is trash, yo. Mystic Pizza, what's good? You said, what team isn't trash? Well, right now, the Seattle Seahawks are not trash. They are the antithesis of trash. They the anti-trash. They the anti-trash right now. They got it. They hold it. Wisdom, what's good? What's good? Dr. Darnell said, why lash at all? Because they called your team trash. You mad because your team is trash. You mad because your team is trash. Mad because your team is trash. Mad because your team is trash. Mad because your team. Hold on, before we get into this, y'all, the Daily Go Getimism show will now start at 1 a.m. From now on. We will not be starting at 2 a.m. I got a new job and I got new hours, so I can't start at 2 a.m. anymore. I have to start at 1. Have to start at 1. Have to start at 1. It all starts at 1, Brian McKnight. Yo, it all starts at 1. So please make sure y'all check y'all times and y'all schedule so you can get to these good rhymes. And I'ma say that we gonna be around the way, but yo, we gonna start at 1 a.m. starting the day, and it will not go back to 2 unless I get another job and have to bring that shit to you. So things have changed just a little bit, but the money is still coming through. I'ma spend that shit. Actually, I save more than I spend, but I'm just trying to send this message to you, my friend, because I want y'all to come through and have a good time with me. So we starting at 1 and we ending at like 3. But tonight I'm so motherfucking tired that I might get out of here at 2:30 because I'm inspired to lay up in the bed and get me some sleep because I need that shit. So tomorrow I can start to creep. So 1 o'clock, y'all. 1 o'clock. 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the new time. That's the new time. That's what we working with. Y'all good with that? We good? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. What is my new job? Let's just say this. I'm doing what I was doing before. Just in a different place. I don't really talk about what I do for a living on this show, just in case other people who work where I work find this out and try to rat me out. Like he's misrepresenting this company, even though I never talk about what company or even what profession. But we are here and we are in motion. We do this thing. Taking off fast lane, no coasting. My man Shell Love. NYC. Shell Love NYC. What's good? What up, my dude? Always good to see me some you. Always good to see me some you. So just know that we start at 1 a.m. now. So if you was able to make it at 2 a.m., and I know it gets rough for some people, but now we do it at 1 a.m., a whole hour earlier, huh? Nice. Go over here and grab this seat. And get right. Oh, shit. I didn't realize I did that. Hold on. Hold on. I took out the water jug and I just left it out there to get all hot and all of that. So what's up, y'all? How we feeling? How's everybody tonight? Everybody good? Are y'all feeling like real men and women should? Are y'all? Are you? New time, 1 a.m., y'all. Okay, you know what? Let me write it in the chat. All right. So there you have it. There it is in white and white. No, I guess it's there in black and white. Nonetheless, it was written. Twas written. It was. You already wrote that? All right. Good. So if you already wrote it and I wrote it again, that means we are extremely on the same page. Extreme. Extreme. All right. Mad because your team is trash. When was the last time you felt like your team was trash? When the Eagles lost 3 in a row last season, I was like, yo, they trash. We're trash now. And it's all because of Kevin Patullo. Speaking of Kevin Patullo, you know, they acted like they was firing him, and then they really only demoted him. But he left the Eagles, and he's going to be the passing coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. So I'm glad that they got him out of the building. I'm glad they got him out of the building. He needed to be out. So for all y'all Eagles fans, we should rejoice. We should rejoice in losing Kevin Patullo, because he was a major reason for why we did not advance in the playoffs with them dumbass plays. Because he wasn't qualified to lead. But it is what it is. Carrie Wright says, my most important team is my family. She says, good riddance to Kevin Patullo. I tend to agree. Like a motherfucker. So we talking about when you're mad because your team is trash. When was the last time you felt like your team was trash? I know the Sixers got beat by 39 points tonight. And there was another night where they got beat by like 50. It don't make no sense that you are an NBA team and losing by that much just because your star player, who's fickle as hell, does not play. Joel Embiid is a great player when he's healthy, and that's hardly ever. When we drafted him, he wasn't healthy. He didn't play for 2 years. Some people must have forgot. He's been a broken doll. He's been a broken doll for years. He came in fucked up. Damn, Shell said the Bills was so close. Damn, I hate their QB. Well, a lot of people would say, as they dick riding Josh Allen, that he was the only reason they had a shot in the first place. The media love Josh Allen, man. Mystic Pizza says, Broncos been trash for a while, but we about to be gunning for Super Bowls every year. Y'all should have won the Super Bowl this year. Y'all would have given Seattle such a run for their money. Denver just kept eking out wins after win after win. It was really something to see. When they beat the Eagles, I was like, huh? We was up 17-3. But because of our bitch ass, no good, unqualified as offensive coordinator, y'all scored like 17 unanswered points. Beat us 20-17. I was like, this shit here, I'm done. Done, I tell you. So I can't hate. The Broncos was nice like that. Then when Bo Nix got hurt, I was like, You say Bo Nix is him? I can't even. I'm not about to be denying that. I ain't about to be denying that. He was doing what he was supposed to do. But they didn't make it. But I would not. I mean, Could you say that they was trash against the Patriots for letting them beat them at home? Like, nobody should ever beat them. This is the way I feel. And I guess it's off base. But I feel like with Mile High Stadium and that air that goes on in Colorado, nobody should ever beat any Colorado team. They should never beat them. Y'all have the actual atmospheric advantage. And you can't deny it. Y'all have the atmospheric advantage. Nobody else can boast that. But y'all let the Patriots come in there and beat y'all ass in the snow. I was like, the Patriots did not have no business going to no Super Bowl this year. But there they were, getting their ass whooped by Seattle. Getting their ass whooped by Seattle. You guys got your asses whooped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. Y'all remember that in Revenge of the Nerds? By a bunch of goddamn nerds. My Lions and Saints, what the fuck? The Lions have disappointed me for the last time. I've been pulling for the Lions to beat somebody for years and years because it just don't seem right that y'all should have a football team that can't make it to the Super Bowl. Because y'all have had some good teams and definitely some good players. But it's just not meant to be. And y'all in the NFC North, that there's what I call me a disgrace. And the Saints, I don't know if the Saints will ever be good again. And I'm not even bullshitting. After the Drew Brees era, I just don't know. He said, yeah, second string QB and missed field goals. It was a sad sight to see. I was mad at y'all. It was sad. It was sad. He missed that fucking field goal. I was like, The Patriots sure didn't miss theirs. Shell says, son, did you see Diggs was arrested and on the field? Holy, no, I ain't see that. I ain't see it. I didn't see it. I ain't see it. I ain't see it. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feel like real men and women should as well. Tonight we are talking about mad because your team is trash. Now, which one of y'all get all bent out of shape over sports and, start cussing and, really showing your disappointment when your team is insulted by somebody else? Not just when they lose, because who doesn't get mad when their team loses? But do you get mad when somebody says your team is trash? Your team is trash. You mad because your team is trash. Boom, boom, whip, bomb, bash. You mad because your team is trash. You will not be here. You won't last. And you're mad because your team is trash. Yeah, y'all get beat fast and you're mad because your team is trash. Part of colon ring. Mad because your team is trash. Now, when you get mad when somebody disses your team, do you get mad because you identify with your team? Do you get mad because your team, shares your bloodline? Do you get mad because you are the one that put your team together? So for them to be saying that your team is trash is like saying that you are trash. Are you trash? Are you? Are you? Huh? You can tell me if you are trash and if said team is also trash. Mad because your team is trash. When the Eagles used to be trash, I hated it. I hated going through bad seasons and not making the playoffs and all of that. That's why I can't really be mad at Andy Reid because he ushered in a new era with the Philadelphia Eagles. We were really used to winning a lot, albeit the regular season, and we used to go deep into the playoffs too. We used to go deep into the playoffs too, and we got used to that as if it was going to happen every year. And it was pretty close. Carrie says, I get defensive about my family and many Eagles. Oh, and my Eagles and my team at work. Wow. So you defensive about every team that, well, it sounds like, let me just say, you're defensive about the teams that you care about. Why can't people just exercise their first right around you? I mean, their First Amendment right around you, and call your team trash? Just curious. Why can't your team be trash? Why? 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 Why are you mad because they said that your team was trash, or are you mad because your team is trash? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Can you please provide me with a little bit more detail? Now I can understand you not want nobody to diss your family. And I totally understand that. Totally understand that. Now, the Eagles, when somebody tries to say that the Eagles are trash, I'd be like, well, if your team is in the NFC, then you wish your team could be trash the way we are. If your team is on the NFC, I mean, if your team is in the AFC, same thing. Like there are a lot of shots that can be sent in the way of a NFC team for an AFC team. But you got to make that decision. Why do we get real defensive, real mad just because somebody dissed our team, even if they didn't diss us personally? Like, what if they say something like you cool, but those other cats that you run with, they are garbage. Trash truck juice. Trash truck juice. The gift that keeps on giving. The germs that stop your living. What y'all know? What do y'all know? Mad because your team is trash. Can you make it to the championship and your team is still be trash? I mean, it sounds a little oxymoronic to me. Like I made it to the championship, but I'm really trash. Well, in some sports, you can do it, like with college football. Just because you blow a team out by 30 or 40 points does not necessarily mean that your team isn't trash. It's a crazy phenomenon, but it's true. Sometimes your accolades might not might not fit well with the hype surrounding you. Your accolades might not fit the narrative. My man John, what's good? He said, yeah, the Patriots' easiest schedule this year. And Bo Nix getting hurt and getting exposed in the Super Bowl. You told them. That gotta hurt. Because that's all facts. That's what happened, literally. Only thing you missing is the part where the Patriots pulled the Broncos' pants down and paddled their bare ass. Belt to ass. Paddle to ass. Paddle to ass. Paddle to ass. Like, I'm sorry, I don't do it no more. I'm so sorry. Carrie says, my team at work is a well-oiled machine. We're supportive of each other and will travel hours to support one another. So yeah, watch your mouth. I can't be mad at that. I can't be and I will not be. Can't be, won't be. Can't be, won't be. And Carrie says, because they don't want to have their tires slashed. You gotta come out sometime. Outside where we make love. How's the song by Trey Songz go? I used to like Trey Songz. That's like Trey Songz never happened. Oh. I don't know. What happened to Mr. Three Songs? 3 songs. Why don't you make any songs anymore? Last songs, no songs. Last songs, no songs. But yeah, we take it personally when somebody calls our team trash. Maybe because it's an indictment. It feels personal. But when you talk about trash, when you talk about sports teams, why do we get mad when somebody disses our favorite team? Like the team can hear it or would give a shit for real, for real. Why do people get in arguments over whose team is better and damn near want to fight each other or definitely want to fight each other? Why is that? Why is that? You know what I just thought about? I left my gaming keyboard at my other job. I need to go get that shit. You know, when you be leaving a job, you be forgetting shit. Like, damn, I thought I had everything. I should. I get. Yo. Hey, yo. Go get my shit. It was mine's. But anyway, that was off the cuff. That was off track. That ain't had nothing to do with what we talking about. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, and Jeff Sprayberry. We start at 1 a.m. now. We made the announcement at the beginning of the show. We will no longer be coming on at 2 a.m. in the morning. So every weekday, we will be starting at 1 a.m. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Please continue to have a blessed day, better than the rest of the days. 1 a.m. is our new time. Jeff said, We gotta get that extra sleep in. Why you say sorry, Maria? You didn't do nothing wrong. Not at all. But yeah, we just started coming on at 1 a.m. tonight. But that we'll be on at 1 a.m. every night. No more 2 a.m. for us. Right now, I feel like I need two toothpicks to hold my eyelids open. I so tired. Tad. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thanks for making sure everybody knows. You said, are you late? Yeah, I mean, technically, yes, you're late, but you're on time. You're on time. Just know that we are on at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. And we are talking about mad because your team is trash. Mad because your team is trash. You know, I've seen fights break out over sports teams. Violence occur at work because such and such didn't want to pay them for their work on a team. Violence. You said it's 10:48 here. Okay. Right. That's because you are in California, my dear. You all the way over there on the West Coast. Let me ask y'all this. And any of y'all can answer this. Any of y'all can answer this. What's better? Which is the more scenic or breathtaking scenery? The Pacific Northwest, like the forest of the Pacific Northwest, or maybe the hills of LA and, like Beverly Hills. Which one do y'all think is best? Which is more breathtaking? The Pacific Northwest with they big giant ass national parks, or the hills of like Beverly Hills or Hollywood Hills. Man, remember the first time I saw that shit, I was like, damn, I would love to live there. Except when it start raining and flooding. You know, California is a funny place. Wow. Jeff Sprayberry says, being a Falcons fan, just beating the Saints is our Super Bowl every year. Damn. Gotta aim higher. It's gotta happen one day. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen one day. For the Atlanta Falcons. It's got to. I mean, y'all been to the Super Bowl. You just didn't win the Super Bowl. Okay. So T. Carey Wright says, the Pacific Northwest is more breathtaking. But she also says, but I'd choose the mountains in Colorado or Utah over that. Really? Utah? Yeah, Utah has areas where you can go swimming, where you could go skiing, make it down the mountain or the hill, and go swimming. Did I say swimming twice? I meant go skiing and then come down the hill and go fish. See, this is how I know I'm tired. At the top of the mountain, you can go skiing. Ski down the mountain and go swimming. Those mountain extremes. Mountainous extremes. Shell Love says, son, the ocean is nice, but the view of Washington house from Maryland is nice and peaceful. I'm not talking about DC. I didn't know DC had any breathtaking views. Maybe the Washington Monument. I don't know. What's breathtaking about anything in Maryland? Down in Maryland. Let me know. I love to hear this. Let me know. Jeff says the Falcons have been to the Super Bowl twice. The first one, you're not going to lose to John Elway in the last game ever. The second one, Vegas called. I think you're right about that second one. That shit was nasty. It was disgusting nasty. 28-3. Who does that? 28-3? Who was it? Okay. Maria says, we have mountains here. Yosemite, the big redwoods, lots of beaches. I can see snow on the mountains from where I live. Yeah, California is a hell of a state. It really is. The Sequoia Mountains. Okay. Shella says, there's a place in Maryland where Washington's house is on a private island. Oh. 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 Well, I ain't no mad at that. Harry Bright says Arizona a dry Arizona a dry bitch. Yeah, so I heard she hot and dry. Hotter than a motherfucker. Like she gotta take off all her clothes and still be hot. Does Nevada get as hot as Arizona? Jeff says San Diego was one of the prettiest places I've seen in the United States. I've heard it is nice. Harry says we just finished Barrett Jackson and Waste Management golf tournament. Okay. Cool. Maria says, yes, they have dust storms. Okay. San Diego. Oceanside is extremely beautiful. More beautiful than the Florida Keys. It ain't easy to get more beautiful than that. Is it more beautiful than the Florida Keys or the Emerald Coast? Or the Emerald Coast down there, the other side of Florida, the land side of Florida. or the Florida Keys, Florida. Call Hodad's Burgers is famous? I don't get it. Hodad's? Oh, Cali Hodad's Burgers is famous. Hodad's? Got nothing. Got nothing. Jeff says, completely off topic. I'm sitting here at work and a power truck just locked down a power line. Just knocked down a power line. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? A utility truck, a power truck, knocked down a power line. Was it even on purpose? Was it? Was it? A whole power line. That's crazy. That's crazy. 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 But getting back to the topic at hand, right? And the topic at hand is mad because your team is trash, but we about to be out, y'all. I'm struggling. I'm tired. I had a long day. I really did. Harry, we was talking about mad because your team is trash. So we was talking about how you feel when somebody insults either your sports teams, your family, your coworkers, or your employees, or your friends, your team, your squad. Somebody at your job called in a favor so they can go home. Oh, man. Oh, man. Harry says, would you share a little with us about the betrayal you received? No betrayal. No betrayal that I can speak of. But, not that I haven't been betrayed before, but, But when somebody says that your team is trash and you get upset about it, sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you upset because of what they said, or are you upset because of the truth that they told? Because some people get very upset when you tell the truth on them. It's one thing to lie on them, but some people feel some kind of way when you uncover the truth and you start telling it. Well, I saw you and you did this, and I even heard what you said, and you acted and moved with malice, malicious intent. I tell you, malicious intent. All righty, let's do these birthday shout outs and get on the body. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. Remember, y'all, 1 o'clock though. February 11th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Alice Dove. And also Linda, Second Page, Washington, Debbie Reynolds, T. Reddy, Derek Gathers, T. Say Go, Donna Kirkland, and last but not least, my girl Kim Covington. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious February 11th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen. Mad because your team is trash, or you trash because your team is mad. Mad because your team is trash, or you trash because your team is mad. Nonetheless, y'all. Sorry I'm cutting out on y'all early tonight, but I have to. I am tired. I don't have a struggle in me tonight. I worked hard today. I gotta lay it down. But thanks y'all for coming through. Remember, we come on at 1:00. Tomorrow I'll be back with a new sense of vitality and vigor and energy. And I promise. Yo, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And thanks for coming through. I holla back. Peace.